Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everything in between, above, below, and through dimensions, my name is BlazyBard, your host, yet again, with an ever-increasing amount of hair. We're about to jump into our Esports Wales versus Esports France match here in the group stages. The 9th round is underway right now, so we're going to get straight into it, folks. And this is a big one. This is all about placing for positioning. At the beginning of this round, we saw how strong Esports Wales could be on Anubis in their matches yesterday against Serbia, taking 3 rounds, which is a first for Esports Wales women's team history. So let's see if we can have an even better showing this time around against France. A little bit less of a ping difference this time, just facing our rivals across the channel who do choose to start off on this T side. So much momentum, so much power afforded to them by this side. For the T's, they're going to have the opportunity to blitz onto this B site, which looks to be exactly what they want to do. We'll have to see if that's going to work out for them this time. Wales, though, they're not looking to wait around for the T's to pour in. They're going to face them themselves. Taking down 2 kills straight away in trade for only 1, although that number is growing as Astra puts on a clinic. Takes 2 lives for himself. Julie is able to find 1 as well. Now with the last man standing, Bethan has to try and clean up the last 2 members. France not quite ready to fall. Secure the first round on pistols here on Anubis. Not a terrible showing for the first round here from Esports Wales. Potentially a little bit over-aggressive going in to B. They not necessarily knew, but they had a good idea of where France wanted to play here at the very start of the round. Wanted to capitalize on it. Didn't quite work out for them this time around. However, France, they want to change things up. Utility comes through on bridge. As a quick push through to A. No rotation really called for just yet. Wales, though, they're being a lot more restrictive on their economy than they were last time around. Yesterday's games saw a lot of second-round rifle purchases on wins after pistol round. And then some force buys coming through after that. No one's watching the bridge. It's about to be a massacre. Julie and Astra combine. Catch all the CTs off guard. Wales walk into a trap. Give up the second round. However, monetarily, not too big of a loss this time around. Wales are going to be able to economically recover. And this time, weapons advantage actually in their favor. With 3 members of France still running MAC-10s. Can have a little less firepower. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to put it to good use and really leverage this advantage. Wales need to break the financial momentum that's been built here already. We've seen how poorly it can go for them otherwise. With Iro, the rest of the squad looking to flank. This could be a big moment if they don't give away their position. 1 gets spotted. The shots aren't quite there. It takes a little bit, but finally, Iro falls down, but the rest of the T's pour onto A site. Moving through, it's going to be Nadia. Takes 1, but it's going to get taken back in return by Kaude. T's are firmly on site. 3v3 situation. Post-plant, the CTs have to make their way to reclaim the site utility. Minimally available. 1 flashbang, 2 smokes. There's going to be the first flash. Walks onto site. Melody taken down by Julie, who's holding this point perfectly, but Iro is able to find the return. 2 of their teammates lay dead on the ground. 1 bomb to find now. Here comes the molly, and we are shot off sight. Kaude peeks the corner, takes down Iro. And while the damage was certainly able to be dealt, the T's were on a carry-over round. Not too much money spent from the T-side roster this time around, so not too much damage dealt to their economy. Meanwhile, Wales in a bit of financial pressure, still not quite able to buy the guns that they want, but they're choosing a lighter buy this time around. Just a little bit of utility, some bigger weapons, but I'll go for a much more aggressive play this time around. Julie sees it coming. Finds one. Molotov on the ground. Flashbang come through. The damage is done. B site taken out as well, and it's going to be Iro mollied and shot. Burning to death with holes riddling through them. Round 4 comes out thick and fast in favor of France, and Esports Wales finally now in a position where they're able to pull out all the stocks. We finally see Bethan with her titular AWP in hand. We'll have to see if she's going to be able to make good use of this weapon. She has done in the past. Unbeknownst to her, though, the angle isn't quite there for it. Surely sound gets translated through these walls. The T is looking to play a lot slower this time around. Rachel and Astra, they're waiting, they're holding. Just waiting for something to happen. Melody here with the cross view, able to find Kaude on the peak. We can't let that rest on our laurels. Astra and Rachel about to peek out. Unfortunately, Julie and Rachel able to combine to take out the two defenders here on B. The rest of the team rotate through. Gonna try and make something happen. Waiting for Bethan to get into position here. It's gonna come down to the sniper to see if we can make a difference. Smoke comes down on site and the time is ticking. The T is more than happy to sit where they are. Some coordination has to happen. Bethan starts the party off. 1 kill. And the rest of the CT squad onto site now. Astra gonna claim the life of Nadia as they push on, and Iro and Bethan are next. Beautiful flicks from Astra. No one on the CT side quite able to put her down before she is able to mop the floor with B site. Putting round 5 on the board, though. France is starting to adapt. They're starting to play a little bit slower. They want to keep mixing up the tempo here to keep Wales on their toes. This time around, though, a potentially faster round. We're still splitting the party, which normally it tends to indicate that Team France are looking to do something a little slower. Have a Wales pushing through the smoke. Melody's about to find a lot of unhappy customers, as are the rest of their team. Where did Wales go? Mopped up through the smoke. The bomb comes through. Dissipates it just long enough for Iro to fall. An aggressive play that just doesn't work out yet again for the Welsh squad. We're going to have to see a little bit more slow tactical play here. One thing we haven't been able to see too much from Wales so far, this time around could be different, is this use of utility. France certainly been able to show us how they like to use their grenades. Gonna have to see if we can make a similar sort of showing. Wales look to find an aggressive angle. Astra finds one, and Kenzie finds a return. But it's just a matter of poor timing. Melody throws out a molly just as Kaude peeks around the corner. Is going to spell the end for the Welsh player. As Nadia, all by herself, doesn't have too many places to go. M1S in hand. Just needing to look to stay alive here. Might be able to find a bit of an angle on Julie, but look at this. The timing is unfortunate, but with the flick around. Nadia able to take out the offender. Strips her gun, unable to stay alive herself. Kaude finds credit for that, but hey, any amount of damage is an amount of damage. And to this point in the game, where the Welsh squad have to start thinking to themselves, how can we adapt? There's only so many times we can stop and wait for our own economy to rejuvenate, and it looks like it's going to be SMGs at dawn. The women's squad taking an aggressive play here through the B side. Not going to find anyone as the rest of the T's are all firmly making their way downtown. A site fast. They're already on. And here comes Cowday. Finds the Molotov. Does spot out the player. Sweet Nadia by herself for now. Able to make it around the corner. And Astra finds a teammate. But Kenzie is able to find one. Way off on the back. But Emerald making their first appearance this round, really. Finds their first 3 kills. Makes it onto the leaderboard. 8 rounds in, and Team Wales calling for their first timeout. They know they have to reset the momentum here. They know that they need some way to make it back into this game, even if that is just by virtue of taking 1 round at a time. Sometimes thinking about the overwhelming climb can be more pressure for the team than just thinking about the few rounds ahead of them. And Esports Wales certainly has to toe that line. Going for a full bind this time around. 1 FAMAS accompanying them. 1 mid-level rifle. Bethan trying to save a little bit of money. Still hasn't quite fully recovered from that AWP a few rounds before, but it's going to be France yet again, taking the aggressive stance on A site. They come pouring in, but just a little bit of flash obscures the line of sight. Nadia in such a good position, unable to capitalize. And now Bethan throws in the Molotov, gives away their position though. Julie able to finish off Melody. It's Iro here on the backside, looking to find something. The rest of the team pouring out. They're looking to just recoup their losses. They want to stay alive, keep these weapons, so they can have some chance of coming back into this at the latter half of their CT side. No casualties on the side of France. They have won this round flawlessly. It's round 9, goes in their favor. 3 rounds remaining on the first half. We have to see some major adaptations here from Wales. Three rounds left in at the economy of France. Still looking strong. Nothing much really to dent it this time around. Back to the FAMAS is Bethan, hoping to save a little bit of money to play at least 1 round with the AWP in the back half of this match. Bridge control looks like the name of the game for the T's. This time around sending token forces, and it's going to be Cowday opening up B. It's a big call out for the rest of the team. We beat the defender. Wales so conditioned at this point to expect the push at A. They've gathered their forces there and left B side wide open. Iro, only defender, still here as the bomb goes down. And the call's made to the rest of the team. But Astra is holding this mid angle so well. In fact, Iro about to spot them out. Sprays it through the wall, is able to find one. Astra finally takes a stumble. But the CTs have no interest in the bomb right now. They want to stick to their guns, save, and try and play out these last 2 rounds as best they can. Julie holding this angle for what can only be defined as exit frags. Iro playing the same game. Julie, a little bit more incentive to try and do something. Finds Nadia, swings wide. Iro takes a spill here as well. Not quite able to make it to that teammate, but look at this. Code just barely misses out on 2 more kills. And what sounded like such a great plan from Wales may have worked out. They did lose 3 players, but are able to carry some guns into this round. Bethan, once again. Hands on this operator. Still Valorant pilled. AWP. Just AWP. AWP. Yet again, mixing it up. The T's, they're sending Code aggressively here. Onto A site to try and beat the defenders. It's going to be Iroh to find one. Astra finds a return, though. Iroh falls down. Bethan's been forced out of position. Grenade comes through. It's going to do a decent amount of damage to Rachel here, unbeknownst to the defender. Molly, not quite gonna do enough, but Bethan cannot afford to leave this angle. Just finds it in time, but Rachel finds the gap in the armor. Finds Bethan with a headshot. Astra, though, looking to show off their skills with the AWP as well. Finds one. And the T's looking to rotate, finding a different angle. Rachel and Astra slip through the cracks and are going to make their way back to the A site. The defenders starting to get a bit wise, but they won't know for sure. Flashbang comes through, making sure to clear their angles, but they're on their way to A. The T's now, 2-2. That bomb yet again acting as a deterrent, a third man, something else that's always ticking in the side of your brain. 40 seconds remaining. Melody pulls out a grenade at the wrong time, and now Rachel with a commanding position. She knows where the teams are. Swings wide to close out the 11th round, and now Money. No issue for France, but a little bit of skimping and saving has to come through from the Welsh squad. No operator for Bethan this time around. They're going to try and make something special happen here with the first round. 1 round left until the T-half. Sports Wales claiming their best performance on this map just yesterday. Hopefully we can see something come through. Bethan on the bridge finds one. Melody's going to get traded out, though. Julie C on a tear. Finds 2 for herself. 16 kills on the French player. It's contention on the bridge. Molly comes through but goes wide. Trading some shots. And Nadia, the head just off center. The smoke is going to go down any moment now. Nadia needs to make sure that she's looking in the right direction. Reaction time isn't quite there from Julie, and Nadia finds the gap in the armor, finds the second kill onto Rachel. This is excellent. Astra falls too, and now there's just one defender left standing. Emerald, the quietest member of this team, the only one still on the board. Surely they can find him. He's able to find Bethan, but Iron Yeo, Iroh themselves claims the credit. And the final round of the first half goes squarely in favor of Esports Wales. And now, with no economic pressure crushing over them, what can they do with this newfound win? Emboldened. We'll have to see how their T side plays out. This team loves getting aggressive, pushing their angles, finding the fast way to fall through. Glocks all around, armor in tow. Works out well for them, given the anti-armor weaponry of the enemy team. Pair of dualies and a P250 coming through. But it's all Glocks all the time, non-stop train. Don't fall down, Iroh! No falls, but finds Astra as the rest of the T's jump off the tower like lemmings and fall to the exact same death. Iroh calls 5 out under the bridge. And the T's decide skydiving is the way to go. Doesn't quite work out for them this time around, though. And now Wales looked like they may have had something there. With 1 round in it. Match point on the line. In they go, yet again. Straight off the bridge. I mean, what can he even say to that? Julie cleans it up through the smoke, through the bridge, and wow, just wow. It's not very often that you get to see a round decimated that quickly through the smoke, but congratulations to France. Wales, better luck in your next game later on this afternoon. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back in about an hour's time with the next game for Esports Wales.